Because we are in a hookup culture and because it happens all the time. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. I've been counseling men and women who have experienced abuse as well as those who have been perpetrators of abuse and or violence. Please go back and watch that creator's post. In her post, she is asking, why do men think that we're just gonna, as opposed to going on a date, that, women are gonna just come over and have sex without really knowing them. And I want to say that it's because we are in a time of hookup culture. And I definitely think social media and dating apps play a part to this. For every woman that won't do this, that won't go over and hook up immediately, you have unfortunately 9 more women who will freely come over and do this and hook up with no strings attached. And so, that is why I think dating apps have become so popular. In addition to not just dating apps, we now have straight up hooking up apps where people just can hook up with no strings attached. And by and large, unfortunately, that culture is growing exponentially. So while there's a lot of women that sort of get on here and tout, ladies have standards and blah, 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 blah. That is not the norm. That is not the norm out in the real world, unfortunately. There are people that are just happy to have attention, that are happy to have companionship, even if it's for short term. People that are happy to have that itch scratched, if you know what I mean. Just to say that, I've had some company for, a good solid 5, 10, 15 minutes. And that is kind of a sign of the times that we're in. Not to mention hookup culture is reinforced, in music videos. It's reinforced in television programs, in books, and things like that to this younger generation, where it's like, hook up is super normal. And not just hook up, but having children out of wedlock has become normalized. And so we're starting to see marriage go down, but we're starting to see people have children, with their companions as early as junior high and high school and things like that. And so there's not enough preventative measures in place. Plus, unfortunately, the images that young people see on media, this culture, hookup culture, is so normalized. But outside of it being normalized, it's reinforced. Men are doing these things because they are getting results from it. So by and large, while you might think that he's gross, one of your friends or one of your friends' friends are going to go, they're going to be down for it, and they're going to go and give him what he wants. And so people will only do what we allow. And if there's so many of them doing it, you have to know that they're getting reinforced for what you deem to be bad behavior. But, by and large, they're still getting good results from it. They're getting praised and accolades from it from their homies. So he's a what do they call that? He's a G. He's a bachelor. He's got it going on. The females are going crazy, and whatever other high fives that men give each other. And this post isn't meant to be derogatory towards men or women. It's not meant to be derogatory towards anybody that likes hooking up. If hooking up is your jam, if you like it, that's fantastic for you. But I wanted to come on here and ask a question about why answer a question about why people are so adamant about hooking up with every single woman. And it's because it works. For every woman that'll turn them down, they might get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more yeses. So that's something to be thinking about, and being mindful of, not to mention the messages that come through on social media. We're getting rid of literature. We are getting rid of programs that actually teach people and that people can actually learn from. We are that more and more programs, even on general television, are endorsing sex, drugs, and living a lifestyle where people stop caring. And that also includes violence. So just think about how many messages that did you get today about sex? Even general unassuming messages. How many times did you see sex in one day? Whether it's you're in the grocery store and you're in the checkout aisle and you see those magazines on the rack, if you watch television, did you see a sex scene? Just think about on average, or how frequently sex, especially just hooking up, is reinforced in your day-to-day life, and it's becoming more and more the norm, especially sex that is deviant. And deviant means stuff like pedophilia, so going after younger women. I mean, even politically, we're talking about sex. So it's everywhere. And I also think that it's a top-down approach. So if our leaders don't think anything is wrong with it, what do you think is going to happen to everybody else? Hope that helps. Thanks for asking.